Hey, I'm Jason with Virtuous Industries. Thanks so much for watching this video. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Hit the bell notification for future updates on future videos. And we're going to jump right in on how we can determine what's a scam and what isn't. All right, so jumping right in. The best way to determine, I think the easiest simple rules to live by are the old lie, cheat, and steal philosophy, right? Basically, if you're if you're lying, cheating, or stealing, it's a scam. If their intention is to misinform you or to not play by the rules or to take something that they do not have ownership of without the proprietary person giving consent, any of those three things, it could be a scam. I think a lot of the misconceptions with the rule is that we think irritation is scam, right? Like if there's someone on the Facebook feed and they're just like, hey, free, make $100 fast, kind of want to learn how, just type more info. And everyone's like, oh, scam, and they click. There's a difference between being irritated and it being scam. Now with that being said, spam, that rhymes with scam. Spam is definitely frowned upon and can be very annoying. So that would be the exception to the rule, but understand that just because it's spam doesn't necessarily mean that it is a scam. All right? Someone could be obnoxious in your inbox with email, but someone else could be in your inbox and be equally as obnoxious, but giving valid content. Does that make any sense? All right, anyway, so let's jump right in. Some forms of lies that are common to what we deal with on the internet when we're making mistake or when we're trying to make a decision on a purchase or something. We deal with a lot of misinformation. So that's a lie? Question mark. We deal with, we have to determine if the product actually works, right? So oftentimes we think that it's a lie, question mark. Gotta have to determine if it's snake oil or not. If it's a new product and a new system that's claiming that it's gonna work better than any other product, we have to determine that, right? And then there's just the plain old excitement. Someone just comes in and they're totally excited about a product. We can't help but listen because we feed off of their positive energy. So if they're excited, it's hard for us to tell if it's a lie or not. And especially if we see some of our friends or loved ones getting excited with somebody else getting excited, we're like, why are you getting excited? It's kind of odd. So these are things that the mountains that we have to climb, right? These are the struggles that we have to face. But how do we determine all that? All of those are quickly determined basically by proof, right? Oops, testimonial equals proof. We want to see proof and evidence that something works, so make sure that all of this isn't happening, right? Because if we can have other people showing that the product worked, then it'll definitely help us decide on whether or not it's a scam. Friends equal trust. So if we have a friend refer us to that, we trust our friend. Therefore, if any of this seems scammy, then we're gonna, we'll be persuaded because our friend likes it, and that helps us make a decision. And then next is familiarity, right? We'll just say fam. Now that one's kind of funny to me because you can have a big box corporation like Walmart, and because they're familiar, they make tons of sales because people trust them. They find it familiar, even though some of the stuff that they sell is chintzy and it breaks and it's not quality stuff, but yet they're familiar, so we continue to go there, right? I'm not a fan of Walmart, in case you were wondering. I used to work for them a long time ago. So anyway, and I know how they treat their employees. That's why I'm not a fan of them. It's not necessarily the products. I'm not a fan of their business philosophy. Undercut the employees so they can have low prices. I don't like it. All right. So the shortest way to any of these, like if you're trying to market to this crowd over here, And they have to go through this whole concept before you can convince them of that you're trustworthy and there is no lie going on. The shortest, fastest, quickest way are these methods here. Helping, right? Be sure to help them, answer their questions, because they're going to have plenty of questions. Be polite. That should be a given, but you'd be surprised how many people in marketing are not polite. And you think that polite would be the same as nice, but it's not. Polite is just saying please and thank you, you know, the formalities. But being nice is actually, hey, can I offer assistance? You know, you're struggling, can I help you? So basically, if you have a product that you're trying to sell and you're just getting started and you're like, no one's buying from me, you're not applying these. And I can tell you, a lot of people, because I've told this to people, it's like, well, you know what, maybe go out and coach them and offer your services for free. And then they're like, I'm not going to do it for free. I'm like, you're just starting out though. You got to help others. I'll help others when they pay. You know, it's like, well, at least, you know, get on Facebook and go to Quora and answer some questions and help them out. Oh, that's too much work. There's got to be a faster way, right? And then all these people are going through the list and they're just cutting everything out. They're not going to do the stuff that works. Does that make any sense? So if you're doing that for your business, consider that. Consider those options, okay? Just something to consider. Now that we have the basics down, the main reason I wanted to make this video is because I've fallen victim to scams. And there are wolves in sheep's clothing out there. You know, there are people that seriously just want your money and that's it. And when that happens, it really stinks. But the number one example that pops into my head when I think of a scam, and I think a lot of people feel this way, is the good old-fashioned pyramid scheme, right? Basically, you have one person at the top that starts it. He recruits a couple people. They recruit a couple people. They recruit a couple more people. They recruit a couple more people. So on and so forth. As long as they can keep recruiting people, they'll keep doing it. And there's often a buy-in fee, right? So this guy on top takes a portion of everybody below. So everybody that has to buy in, these guys pay him directly, so he gets all their money. Whereas these guys get a portion, and then he gets a portion of that as well. So it's almost like it trickles up, right? That's the pyramid scheme. So this brings an interesting dilemma into my head, because in my opinion, it's not considered lying, cheating, or stealing as long as you, well, let's just say value, okay? Let's say perceived value, okay? Now, perceived value is a very interesting metric here. So let's just do, it may not necessarily be a lie or cheat or a theft, but for example, video game collectors or action figure collectors, right? I personally am a kind of a nerd and I love the comic book stuff. There are certain things that I would not pay a lot of money for, but then there was one in particular. I'm a Ninja Turtles. I was a Ninja Turtles kid. I love Ninja Turtles. It was a huge part of my childhood. There was one character that my friend had the action figure, but it was such a rare action figure that my mom and my family couldn't find the action figure anywhere for me, so I never had that action figure. It was a character by the name of Ace Duck, right? He was only in one episode in the cartoon, and they just stopped making the action figure because he wasn't a very popular character. But I never had that one, and I had them all, right, as a kid, and I never had that one. So I actually saw somebody that had that, it was mint condition in the box, and they had it marked for a couple $100. And I seriously considered buying it. I was like, I want it. I'll pay a couple $100 for it. I want it. So my perceived value of that, whereas most people, it's an action figure, it's probably worth like $10 to them, right? But to me, the perceived value was upward probably $1,000. I mean, if I had $1,000 cash to spare, you know what I mean? I would definitely consider spending that money for that action figure. It's important to my childhood. I never owned it. I always wanted one. So there's a perception, a perceived value, right? So with this ethical dilemma right here, it gets confusing because as long as these people here are gaining perceived value and they agree to buy into said group, then how is it wrong? No one's lying, no one's cheating, no one's stealing, and they're getting perceived value. Now this is where it gets very interesting to me, because you have to look at the long term as far as a business philosophy goes. See, because business philosophies are good business philosophies are perpetual, right? They continue to go and they continue to circle. They continue to make you money, right? The people that go out and buy, they come back in and they buy again, right? Or they're referring somebody to your business. A good working business model is perpetual, right? A pyramid scheme is the anti-perpetual, okay? They only go as long as it can sustain. And let me explain why it's not going to sustain. Because everybody has to buy in to this membership. So the more and more people that buy into it, the harder and harder it is for these lower levels to recruit people. It's simple math. The more people you have a part of this, the harder it is to get people to sign up, because this person right here has been pitched to by literally everyone in there, right? So this person's like, I can't do it, I give up. This person's, I can't do it, I can't give up. Now what happens to a huge structure like this when your bottom levels give out? It collapses to the floor, doesn't it? It comes crashing down. Now the people that made money, their perceived value is great, right? But what about all the people that had to spend their life savings to buy into this, right? Now you're looking at a good old-fashioned cheating system. It's cheating. No one's getting perceived value, so they're also lying. And in some cases, they're even stealing. There's some specific cases where they're taking from the lower members without them knowing. Embezzlement comes to mind when I think of this, but I'm not going to get into that. Right now, we're just talking about scams. So that's why I believe that a pyramid scheme is a scam. And that is my personal opinion. You can argue, you can leave a comment, please. Interact with me, let me know what you think. Let me know how you feel about this. Because there's something else out there today that is a pyramid scheme in disguise. And this is the one that I fell victim to. It was going to take me a while to get to it, but I'm here, and this is the one that I bought in. It's known as MLMs. Network marketing is another word for it. MLM stands for multi-level marketing. Now, network marketing is confusing because networking could just be like going out and handing your card to somebody, and then they hand your card to someone else, and you take their card. And that's network marketing. That's sharing. There's nothing wrong with that. So there's a good network marketing, but then there's also a bad one when you're charging people to be a part of your club that does the network marketing. Because then you have yourself a good old-fashioned pyramid, right? When you're charging membership, because it's not going to sustain. There's going to be people that are going to give out. Now, one of the ways the MLMs are most famous for, and I know this is going to anger a lot of people because there's a lot of people out there that are part of MLMs. Tell me about it. I want to hear what your thoughts are on this. I want to talk to the people on the bottom when when Aspire, and you can Google that, Aspire went out not too long ago, it was less than a year ago. I want to talk to all the people that bought into that system, and that guy's doing jail time now. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the new legendary marketer guy that's making money hand over fist. It enrages me. It really does, because the people at the bottom are the ones that suffer. And that is a scam. That is cheating. Okay? That's cheating for you to get rich. And I do not appreciate that. So let me continue what MLMs are doing, because the three things where you can tell if it's a pyramid scheme are you offer three things to a good business model. Remember how I talked about the perpetual business model? The perpetual business model, you're offering a product or a service, right? It's something that you can sell and something that you can resell over and over again. It's a service that you can keep doing, therefore you have your cycle. MLMs or pyramid schemes are strictly membership, so they're not offering a product or a service, just a membership, right? So once you're out of members, your business model plummets. It ends. It's over. That's why it can't be circular. Now, if you are a network marketer, what they do is they pretend to sell a product, right? Like, I'm going to get a lot of comments for this one, I can tell. Herbalife. It's health stuff. They're actually selling a product, but they're focusing on the membership. So this one's kind of like a hybrid, and I hate to say this because it's not, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not a scam, okay? Because they are offering a product and they are offering a service, but they are focusing on the pyramid. They're focusing on the membership philosophy, so the guy at the top gets rich and the people at the bottom don't. And that's terrible. But you know what? They fall within the rules. This doesn't apply to a lie because people are getting their perceived value. It's not cheating because they're following the rules and they're not taking stuff that doesn't belong to them. So I may not agree with it, so it just irritates me. And that's when we can go into spam. To me, Herbalife is spam. I don't like the business model, but hey, it falls within the rules, so I'm okay with it. Now, going back into, I name dropped big time for Legendary Marketer, and let me tell you why I hate this, is because they're masquerading as selling class, as education. That's the product that they're pretending to sell. And when I say pretending, I mean 100% authentically pretending to sell products. They're not offering any even perceived value, okay? I took the course, I started taking the classes, and literally the modules that you had to go through were the CEO, the owner, all he's talking about is more and more ways that he's going to make money and how he's gotten where he is and everything. There's no class. There's no education. There's no, hey, what you want to do is you want to build a capture page, you know, and have a sequence where you can do this, and then you want to entice them with excitement on the front end, and then that way they come back and do a membership plan on the back end. There's no business model. There's no perpetual cycle. It's him trying to get members to his group. And every single aspect of this is just getting members, and everybody can buy in to the next level. And he gets richer and richer and richer. Meanwhile, the entire bottom is going to collapse, and he's going to stay rich or go to jail, one of the two. That's usually how they always end. And everybody else suffers because they put in their hard-earned money to do this guy's BS. So yeah, I'm not a fan of MLMs, and I don't care who hears it from me. MLMs are BS. And if, seriously, make a video, tag me in it. If you can tell me why an MLM is a good business model, why it would perpetuate, I would love to hear this. If you want to show me what products that they're actually offering, because like I said, there's stuff like Herbalife. They're technically an MLM, so they're good. But I'm talking about the ones that are only offering memberships. That's a pyramid scheme. Now, I'm getting worked up, you can tell, because I paid into the course. I invested my time, stuff that I can't get back. I can't get back time. I can get back my money. I can't get back my time. And so when you put in a philosophy because you have somebody who had all this respect, and if you remember, the very first thing I said in the beginning, how you can tell, is if there was testimonials. Let me go ahead and start that over here, right? You have testimonials, and you have friends suggesting, and you have brand recognition. Now, this is where I find it extremely unsettling because a lot of people are doing this for this guy, but they're lying doing it because they are down here and they want to get up here too. So he is perpetuating lies. He is perpetuating cheating, and he is perpetuating stealing. He is getting people to act badly through his system. So I hope that this answered everything, and I know I had to make this video because I keep seeing all these advertisements and people making YouTube videos for it, and I hope that this helps you to understand what a spam or what a scam is and what spam is. Live by it, trust it. Now, let me rewind just a second here. in order to trust a philosophy, we have perceived value, but the number one way that you can tell if something is a scam or spam. Spam is just when it's annoying. Scam, the number one way that you can tell is by trying it out for free. All right? If you're ever questioning and you can't make up your mind for yourself and you don't know if your testimonials that you were getting were okay, or if you can't trust the salesmen themselves because they might be hyping you up, every good business model has this, they offer this anyways. They offer something for free. They offer to help you out. Every good business model. If you're a furniture store and you're trying to get people in off the street and your ad says, hey, come on in, they're going to give you a free coupon to get you through the door, right? Coffee shop, whatever, free coupon. Hey, come and get one, buy one, get one free. They're offering free stuff. They want to help you. They want to get you to buy their product, so they want to help you doing it. I am a huge advocate of Russell Brunson and ClickFunnels. I'm a huge advocate of Alex Becker and Market Hero. And now Alex Becker, now that's a funny one because Alex Becker from Market Hero, because of the types of videos that he makes and the types of ads that he does, he gives that perception of spam. So that's where people kind of like, they wonder, they can't tell, because some of his stuff is annoying, but it's on purpose, it's by design. So there's a difference between irritating and scam, right? Irritating and just straight up lying. So those two guys are those two guys are my two biggest mentors. Russell Brunson, he's got ClickFunnels. And ClickFunnels, he gives you a free trial. He gives you all this stuff that you can try out for free. And then you see all these other people that are utilizing their tools and they're having success with it. Alex Becker from Market Hero is the same thing. It's a great philosophy. And honestly, I have the same philosophy, and if you want, you can come in through my course. I have one for free, teaching you business models, business designs, business plans, business strategies. It's a whole bunch of different kinds of tips that you could use to grow your existing business or even start a business. And if you're interested in that, please download the cheat sheet that I have below and come on in through my free course that I offer. That's the best business model that you can have, all right? That's the best way that you can tell if someone's a scam. All right, talk to you later.